So I'm going to do something a bit different in this video, and we're going to take a look at comparing the Insta360 X3 with the Insta360 One RS. So it's going to be like a buyer's guide, and this is going to be for people who are considering either of these cameras. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of a presentation I've put together comparing both cameras, so by the end of it you should know which camera is best for you. So we'll jump straight into this. I am a really big fan of both of these cameras, but they are, I feel, for different people and different types of video making and content creation. So who is this for? This is for anyone who is considering buying any of these cameras. They want to see a comparison of the specs and the features of both the cameras, like a side-by-side comparison. And they want to know that they are buying the best camera for their needs and uses, which is probably the most important, because I think there's so much choice out there. We just want to make sure we're getting the best camera for our money and what we actually want to use it for. It's the best camera for the job. We'll look at the Insta360 X3 first, and this is Insta360's latest 360 camera. I am a massive fan of this camera and use it in a lot of my media creation. It's such a versatile camera. It has two 1/2-inch image sensors, which are massive, and they pack in more pixels for greater clarity and detail, even in low lights. That's really cool. It is a 360 creative powerhouse. Like I said there, it's got 5.7K of active HDR video, so that's basically where the camera adjusts to different lighting situations, making sure it's never over or underexposed. It's got a massive 72 megapixel photo capability and 8K time lapses, so it's an absolute monster of a camera. You can obviously shoot first, point later, so you simply mount it up, you hit record, and you just choose the best angles afterwards. So there's no need to worry too much about getting the shot, because your camera is shooting in 360 most of the time if you want to use it for that, and it will more than likely have captured what you want. The Insta360 One RS is an all-in-one action camera. It's got interchangeable lenses, which is the big differentiating factor between the X3 and the One RS. So you can quickly change from shooting 4K to 360 video or photo, and you can pick the perfect lens for every scenario, sport or environment you're actually getting content in. You can shoot like a regular action camera with detail 4K 60 frames a second and 48 megapixel photos. And same with the Insta360 as the One RS. You can shoot 5.7K at 360, so you don't have to worry about getting the shot, and you can reframe it later, which is one of the big things I love about both these cameras. Here are tech specs side by side, so you can see exactly how one compares to the other. And as you can see, the Insta360 X3 has a slightly smaller sensor, so we've got two 1/2-inch sensors, whereas the Insta360 One RS, you can put a lens on there which has an adapter or an accessory that has a 1-inch sensor, which is massive. Video resolution, the Insta360 One RS does shoot slightly higher in terms of pixels, but don't let that fool you. Like, the Insta360 X3 is a powerhouse of a camera. Like, both these cameras are insane. They both shoot a maximum bitrate of 120 megabytes. Insta360 X3 is slightly lighter, so if weight is a concern for you or a consideration, then the X3 is slightly lighter than the One RS. They're both waterproof, and they both have the invisible selfie stick capability, so that's where you are shooting 360 and you can create those shots that look like a drone is following you, or it's like a third-person camera and you can't see the actual stick in your shot, which is really cool. So how do you choose a camera? How do we choose the best camera for what we want? Because both cameras can shoot 360, meaning, again, you'll never miss a shot, and you don't need an extra cameraman or drone to get those epic third-person views, which we just said. It comes down to how you're planning to use the camera. Now, these are very general buckets I've put these cameras in. You could definitely use both cameras for the opposite scenarios, but for this, I've kind of just put them like this. So I think the X3 is a better camera for action sports, and the One RS is better if you want to get premium image quality. And I'll tell you why in a sec. So action sports or professional level content. The Insta360 X3, like I said, I think is better suited for action sports. It fits perfectly in the palm of your hand, which is really cool. It's a nice ergonomic feel, and it goes straight in your pocket, like similar to like a mobile phone would feel. It has the built-in 1/4-inch mounting point, so you just screw accessories or the selfie sticks directly into the camera, whereas the One RS does have this, but you need a case as well on that, so it's not as convenient. It's waterproof up to 33 feet, So if you want to go scuba diving or diving with this camera, you can do that. And there is also a dive case accessory you can buy if you want to go deeper. And it's compact and lightweight at just 180 grams, so it's not going to weigh you down or anything like that. The One RS, I think, is more suited for professional shooting with its interchangeable lenses where you can shoot single view and 360 mode. Its smaller shape actually could be more beneficial for some people. So in some instances, if you're shooting, say, point of view videos, or you want to mount your camera in a certain way on your body, say for mountain biking like me, I actually prefer the shape of the One RS over the X3, even though I feel the X3 is a better suited camera for me. But I actually prefer the shape of the One RS. That's just my personal preference. Usually I use my camera underneath my peak a lot, and the Insta360 X3 tends to stick out a little bit further than I would like, whereas the One RS would just be hidden away and would not be seen. It's got a bigger single lens sensor, which obviously would result in like a wider angle shot, taking in more data. Like it says here, it has the highest resolution wide angle footage with its interchangeable lenses. So here's things both cameras can do. They can both shoot super high 5.7K 360 footage with the option to reframe later in the app. So again, this is one of the best things about both of these cameras. You can take epic invisible selfie shots, you can get super stable shots with flow state stabilization, horizon leveling, so shaky footage is basically a thing of the past, you'll never get that. It's like super stable, it's crazy. And you can actually live stream in 360 as well if you want to, which is kind of a cool feature. Not for everyone, but it's the capability of both cameras. So other factors to consider. This is a question I would ask. So do you want a pocket-sized device you can pull out straight away and start shooting? Or do you want the ultimate flexibility for shooting any kind of shot, anytime, anywhere? Now the X3 fits perfectly in the palm of your hand or your pocket, and you can literally just take it out, click a button and start recording. So it's like the ultimate convenience camera. You don't really have to do much setting up. Like, it is fairly beginner friendly, but yet it's super capable as well for an advanced filmmaker. The Insta360 One RS involves a little more setup, and it's probably better to think of this more like a system, because as you can see here, you can buy the Insta360 One RS or the 1-inch version, the RS, in all different modular, just take it out and shoot, whereas the One RS I think does take a little bit more setting up and a little bit more customization. Depends again where you want to take things with your video making or photos. And let's talk a bit about the editing workflow, because this is one of my favorite features of Insta360. Both cameras use the same apps. We've got the mobile app, which is really cool if you want to create quick edits, and the desktop studio is really simple to use, and it's great for creating YouTube videos or getting a bit more refined with your 360 reframing. Mobile app again is great for social media posts, and it has got in there something called Shot Labs, which is a really cool feature, and you should go and check this out. It is basically a home of tons of AI powered video templates that help you create viral clips in seconds, and you can do like sky swaps, you can do these mad videos where you in the shot like about 5 or 6 times or even more, and these are all done at like a tap of a button, so you don't have to be technically minded. Literally just follow the instructions that are on the tutorial, go and shoot it, and then Insta360 Studio and the Shot Lab will edit it for you. So what about Insta360 Studio? So this is editing on your desktop. It's simple, fast, and it's great for beginners or advanced filmmakers, which is pretty sick. You literally just follow the instructions on the screen. I have videos on my channel of how to edit and how to reframe. It's a really simple piece of software to use. Anybody can pick this up, but it's really capable as well. I really do like this, and it runs really fast as well, so you don't need loads of RAM or space on your computer for this to run really efficiently, whereas, you know, with Premiere Pro and stuff, I've experienced quite lag times and things like that when you're trying to edit 4K or higher video resolution footage. What about price point of both the cameras? Because that's probably something people are considering. This is the current pricing on Amazon right now: $449.99 for the X3 and $471.99 for the One RS. And obviously both those prices change and fluctuate depending on when you're watching this video, and also depending on what packages you choose to buy your camera in, because you can buy them with different accessories, different memory card sizes, and all sorts of stuff. So it depends what package you go for. I've put all the links in the description below to both these cameras. I think they are both really good cameras. I just think it comes down to deciding how you want to use your camera, like whether it's more for action sports or whether it's more for professional level content creation and you want to actually get really refined with your shots. I think the One RS would be probably more up your street, whereas the X3 is the perfect beginner 360 camera for people who don't want to mess about with all the accessories and changing lenses and things like that. That's just my personal opinion. I do hope this video was useful for you, and I will put the links below to both these cameras. as well as my video settings cheat sheet, which gives you all my favourite settings for both these cameras. You just literally plug and play depending on where you're shooting. So yeah, hope this is useful. Any questions, comment below, and we'll see you in the next video.